Hello and welcome to Web Designing Program using HTML on Siba Learning Zone. Today we are going to look at how to create a link to another web page. How to create a link to another web page. Let's look at the previous work that was done on the previous lesson. This simple web page was being made on the previous lesson, and we realized that on this page we have a bold text, we have the underlined, we have font color, we also have italic text, and then also we realized that there's been a text that has been isolated from the other text, and this text holds on to a unique property such that when you place your cursor onto that text, it turns into a small hand. And this text is what we call a link. Now, let's look at how to create a link on a web page. To create a link on a web page, a tag is needed. And the tag needed to create a link is the a tag. The a tag. And within the a tag, you can have an attribute that we call the href. And it's the href that can lead us to our URL. That is our universal resource locator. Or in other words, an address. Then in between the opening and then the closing tag, that is the a tag, we have the visible part that will be shown on the web page. That is the link text. A text that when you place your cursor, it turns into a hand. And these are some of the things that you could see when a text is a link. When you move the mouse over a link, the mouse arrow will turn into a little hand. You can also click on a link to jump to another document. So let's look at this link. When the cursor is being placed on, it turns into a little hand. And when you click on it, it leads you, or it takes you to a different website. And here the website that was linked was the Siba Learning Zone website. When we look at the code that was used in building this simple website, you could see that the a tag is what was used in making this link. See the a tag, and then the href attribute, then the URL, and here we use the URL www.sibalearningszone.com. Then the visible part, that's the link text, is the read more, then the closing tag of the a. This is how a link is being made. So in summary, when you want to create a link, we use the a tag, and a tag come in pairs. We have the opening a tag and then the closing a tag. And within the opening a tag, we have the href, the attribute href, which leads us to the URL. And the link text, that is the visible part of the link. The href attribute specifies the destination address. And in this lesson, we use www.sibalearningszone.com as our link. And lastly, note that whenever you create a link, clicking on the link text must send you to a specified address, meaning there must be an address as your URL. Thank you.